I think I see you right now. Are you turning left? Yeah, okay. I'm at the little parking spot. You see the car? Oh. All right, we're good to go. Hey man, I appreciate you taking out time out of your busy schedule because I haven't even started this video. Okay, starting the day off with one of my good friends, better known as TJ, aka Terrence Blake, aka TJFlow.com. Let the people know. Last time we're the opposite. I was the one driving. We're all the way out in Downers Grove.
Bam. Yeah, that was a little ways away.
Your life has changed 180. I don't know if you want to get personal with your life.
I don't
you
care.
know, like it's crazy because when me and this guy met, we would talk about like in a year from now or 2 years from now, I want to be here in my life. I want to do this. I want to get that.
I mean, I got the job. I'm working there.
So this was what? Let's bring back.
That was last year.
So a lot has happened in the last 6 months in your life. A lot.
Well, since then, you have to take me back home because I got a car. I got my own place and I got a girl. So I finally got my girl.
Wow. Yeah. Is it the one that got away?
Nah. Well, yeah, but it's not. She's not away anymore.
No. Wait, so that girl we always talked to?
Yeah, the same girl.
Wow. I'm happy for you, dude. And it's crazy because you always said that she was the one and like...
She is the one.
Man, I get scared talking about stuff like that, man.
Don't be scared. See, the thing about relationships is that they're really just afraid of being rejected. They don't want the other person to say no. But they also get afraid when someone actually pursues them, like, wildly.
Okay.
So say, like, you really, really like this girl, and you're like, you know what, I want to be with her. And so you pull out all the stops, like, hey, and the idea is that you're trying to convince this girl that she needs to be with you. Because there ain't no other Rodrigo but Rodrigo.
Facts.
If that be the case, you show her the works. Like, you show her who you are, and she still says no, like, that's like a big deal. No one wants to go through all that. And if you do that enough times, you're like, you know what, it's not even worth trying to do all that. That's where a lot of people get messed up.
So what happened in your case, if you don't mind
sharing? My case...
Did you keep pursuing it until it was like, okay?
I guess in my particular situation, it was an interesting series of events all over. Because it wasn't so much like I had to, like, pursue her to conquer her. She was never the goal.
Okay.
And that's what I
think that's where my problem... Okay, I think we're discovering something.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of people get mixed up, especially in relationships, is that, at least with guys, I can't say the same thing about girls, because girls is on a different spectrum of the relationship part. And so as a guy, their role is to pursue the girl. A lot of that, especially in our society, the dating scene means you going out, and not you, but just a person going out. But the idea, there's a longing. A person wants to be with someone else. They want to be able to share that love with someone else. And so the idea is to find someone who's going to reciprocate the same love back to you. Who's going to help you grow, help you mature, help you develop as a person. And what I meant earlier when I was saying like the girl is never the point, or the guy is never the point, is that the idea was never to find the person. Because if you find a person to try to like to fix themselves, we do this like really like elementary. So say when I was 5, I had a bully and they took away my crayons. And so that was like, man, that was like a big moment because, you know, my mom gave me those crayons for my birthday, something like that. So those are my special ones. And so now, man, I can't share anything because all they're gonna do is take it from me. And so now that idea, that one hurt, grows into a personality trait. Now you're just like, well, you know, you grow into your teenage years as an adult, you're just hard. Like, you have friends, you're cool with people, but, you know, you just can't let anybody in too close because, you know, they might take something from you. That's like that's always like the inner thing in the back of your mind. And so what happens in relationships is that because of the type of intimacy, and the type of like closeness that the relationships have, because of just the nature of what relationships are, you allow that person into that space. And so because that person has like a hurt, like someone's going to take advantage of them or someone's going to take something from them, they use the relationship to cover that up. So what would happen is, if they say if I was a boy and then I got a girl, we're in a relationship, you know, I have to control everything that she does. So I make sure that she doesn't take something from me. So, well, you can't go out at a certain time. Oh, well, you can't, you know.
You put limits and barriers against the relationship.
You can't go out at a certain time, or you can't
Are you that kind of person?
I'm not. People are, for whatever various reasons. Some people got molested when they were little. Some people got didn't have any moms or dads around, or my situation, like my parents were my parents were cool. They were great parents. They were just rough on the edges. And so that kind of like taught me how to deal with authority figures in a certain way.
Okay.
And so, but that philosophy that taught me when I was a little taught me how to think about certain things when I'm older.
Okay.
So I can't like fully express myself honestly like I want to. Now, especially with the girl that I'm with now,
I'm trying to fathom that. Like, you always said you wanted this girl, and like it finally. So, how long has it been since you guys been back together?
Oh, I mean, I guess at the time of this recording, I think 2 weeks or so.
Oh, so it's fairly old.
Well, we made
Is that why you got a haircut and everything?
No.
You changed up the style for her?
Although it helped.
It fits you.
Yeah, thank you.
You look like a young Kanye West in 2009 when he had his little the mohawk. Exactly like it.
So with me when I was trying to pursue the girl, pursue her, like in a way I was kind of like using her to like fix my own hurt. And so there was like issues like I couldn't like fully express how I loved her, and when she loved me and like did like legitimate stuff for me, I didn't know how to accept it. So there was like friction in that part, and so because all that stuff happened, there was a bunch of like adventures that we had. So, I mean, within that time period, but the ultimate goal the ultimate thing that I discovered in that moment wasn't to say that I wanted her per se. It was that I had to fix myself first.
Wow. Okay.
And same thing with her. Like she had things that she needed to work on too.
So do you feel that you guys met each other at the wrong time?
Oh no, we did not take advantage of the time that we had.
Okay. When you guys were together, and when you guys were together, how long was that?
It was about a year at the time. That was like 2-3 years ago. But
so this has been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. But it was But within that time, I was trying to figure out like what the crap I'm about to do.
You were trying to figure out your life and be like. Okay. Yeah,
so because it's like, and a lot of people kind of like get to these points at different moments, and so some people catch it at like 18, 19. They'll get married early, or they'll find somebody and they're just like with them. You every once in a while you'll find someone like that.
Yeah, like your high school sweethearts.
Yeah, or stuff like that, or like someone like pass away and then they had like we were together for 80 years or something like that. And so some people kind of find that and they're just there, and they kind of rock through it. I think a lot of times now, and it's actually a reflection of the society that we live in now, where our generation and the generation that's coming after us is having a hard time understanding who they are as people.
And why do you think is that?
No one wants to be vulnerable.
Because you always have to put a front to you. You have to
no one wants to get their crayon stolen, or no one wants to let somebody else know that they got their crayon stolen. Those are the kind of people who are, I won't say damaged, but they're hurt and they're trying to find healing for themselves.
Yeah.
So for some people, they use other people, girls or guys.
Yeah.
For some people, other people, they use drinks. Other people, they use smoking, whatever, they use drugs.
For example, I see someone like you, like I see you, like there's a spark to you, like like before, like not saying that there was never before, but before, like knowing you're always worried of like what's gonna happen next. Well, like, oh man, you were like, man, I need to get my license fixed because I want a car, I need to move around.
Fam, that was real though.
How long did you go without the license?
I think about a year or so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because when I met you, I remember you're like, I gotta get this license thing fixed. I got a ticket. It was real. And like to see all that and to see you like, you have your, not only congratulations on your own car, but like it's a great car. Like this car is you, man. Like if I see it outside, it's you.
Facts.
Like to me, having friends, and I don't have that many friends, I would consider you one of a small circle of friends that I have. Sometimes I don't even think it's a circle. Sometimes it's like a triangle of friends.
I'm honored.
Things like this make me happy because I'm like, all right, man, the dude, he set a goal. He wanted to get his license, got it. Yeah. Cool. And this all happened within, like, dude, I've only seen like maybe
it's like 6 months, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, life could change like that. And that's why this video is like such a stamp on your life, because it's like, last time we shot a video, you weren't nowhere. You were like, I want to get out of my house.
Nothing with my life, bro. Nothing with my life.
But now that you look back on it, you were like, what was going on in your life
at the time?
Yeah.
It was kind of going back to like what we were talking about with the girl situation. I had to figure myself out. And so it wasn't so, and it also wouldn't seem so much that I was like, well, okay, here we go. I had to like apply myself to the situation. You know how like in the self-help business, there's always like this spark, like, oh, you know what? I just woke up one day, I just decided not to do something again. Or I decided
to change my whole life.
Yeah, and it's not so much that those things, and I was just, and and not so much that those things like don't work. There was never a decision that I made.
Okay.
So it was never like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do it. It was that never happened. It was just like
throughout time. It took you a couple
it
years.
Took me, it took me a couple of years to get to this point. I think when it was time, I should have done this a long time ago. But it's almost like if I had done it a long time ago, I would not have learned the lesson that I learned.
Yeah.
But
so you're walking away with a lesson learned.
Yeah, but had I done this a long time ago, I would be a little bit further along with the lesson in hand. You know?
Without or with?
No, with it.
Okay.
But I would have learned it a different way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's almost like there's a story in the Bible where it's like the Israelites, they had just had the waters parted, and so they went to like into wilderness just to hang out, so they can go to the promised land. But the journey to the promised land is really like 12 days. In the story, it took the whole nation like 40 years to get there.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, they kind of went around the same tree a few times.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I took the 40-year route instead of the 12-day
12
route.
days and doing it like that.
Yeah, you know, and so.
But in your case, I had a bit of, like, I mean, are you a strong believer in like everything happens for a reason?
Yeah, I mean, because definitely, if I had done that, I wouldn't know you. I wouldn't know a lot of people that I'm with now. But at the same time, it's almost like.
But you can't think of like the what ifs in life.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you can't like think of it because if you dwell on it, it's like, oh well, you know, it won't do anything.
Yeah.
But that's almost considering the fact that what don't I know because I'm here now.
Okay.
You know, and so it's not so much that like, yeah, you know, I know you and I know like a bunch of different people and stuff like that because of where I'm at now. At the same time, what did I miss out on because I didn't take the right route the first time? You know, so
you could have met a friend who was a billionaire.
You know, I could have been further along and then like got sent back. You know, got pushed back. You know,
and then it would have even tested you even more when you're older versus you picking it up when you're young.
Exactly.
And then now you're hitting your
right stride and everything.
Now your next bookmark would be like you're 30.
Yeah.
You're looking at 30, you're like, all right, by 30 now I want this, and that. So like right now for you, it's crazy to say, but it's like you have the essentials that you need. You know, you have a vehicle to get around.
Right.
You have your own home.
Yeah.
How did that go about? Like, are you in the city now? Like, I don't have to travel 20-something miles.
I'm a few blocks away from the United Center.
Really?
That's what I told you earlier.
I know, but the people weren't on a phone call when you told me.
Yeah, but the people weren't actually meeting up with me.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, you got the freaking Bulls jersey on, and you didn't come out.
I know, man.
What's up, man? What's up? See, I'm repping. I'm repping the right way, but I don't know about you, bro.
How long have you been there now for?
3 weeks. No, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Man, everything.
Yeah,
it was like, Jesus.
Yeah. Like, I don't have any of that. Like, you know, I just decided to just, you know, take that leap of faith, and.
But you kind of did with the current job.
No, I mean, yeah, it was, yeah.
Because you were like, I remember you were like, dude, should I even take this?
Okay,
yeah, and I was like, man,
Well, for me, I had to bite the bullet and just like stay on the train for like three hours a day. To get there, and so I figured if I do it for like 2 months or so, and then get the car, and then it would be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it. I was doing this for like a year.
Yeah,
and still didn't get the car, but the money was enough to go, push ahead. It's kind of like why I do Lyft now because I'm like other people rides. Anyway, but I'm saying like for me, the ultimate goal was to get out the house because once I get out the house, then I can actually start moving towards what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So I didn't have a driver's license because I lost it, but because I got like a parking ticket or some speeding ticket or whatever, so I had to pay that. But that was like $1,000. So once I got rid of the tickets, then I get my license back. So I had to get the license so I can get the car. Once I got the car, then I can actually get to work. Then I can get the job. That was another big issue. So once I had able to like get the job, so I can like get the car. Do all that. Once I got the car, then like, all right, so now I can get around. Now I have more
leeway.
More leeway, more opportunity to get a place. So when this particular joint opened up, I was able to actually do it instead of just like, all right, let
me save another 2-3 months and then see what happens from there.
Because I was able to like put into it.
So let me ask you now: are you living by yourself?
Nah, I'm with roommates from college.
Okay.
Yeah, some of my guys are from college, but they needed somebody to like, because one of their other guys had left. So everything's clicking into like,
everything's if this person didn't leave, then you would have. So you're like, I'm jumping on that. Well, it's good because it saves you on rent, and you're like,
yeah, exactly. On the surface, it's a good situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like
exactly
everything that you wanted. It's like me sitting here listening to this, like everything you wanted last year, you have.
Yeah.
So like now me asking you is like, what's next?
Now what's next is also the next chapter. I have the girl. And so,
okay, so it falls back to
So because
man, it kind of makes me sad, man. Because not for you, for me, it makes me happy. But man, like I see all my friends, these guys are already talking about marriage, and they're talking about this, and I'm like, man,
you know what I mean? No one's making you get married.
No, that's a fact. Kind of like everyone around me is they're either married or they're getting there or they're they're with that somebody.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking like, man, how long can I enjoy this like bachelor single?
How long can you enjoy this bachelor single life?
Exactly. Like, should I don't want to settle because then I don't want to be like, oh, I have this girl just because I need her.
Right. And so that's what I was talking about earlier, is like when a lot of people, when they get into relationships, they're just doing it just to like cover up a hurt.
Yeah. I am a hurt person.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also up to you as a person, because it's your hurt. It's also your responsibility to get that fixed, get that checked out.
Okay.
It's like you broke your leg, you ain't just gonna like walk around with a broke leg.
Exactly.
You can go to the doctor and get that fixed up.
So how do I fix this hurt?
Aha! Now you have to go into the soul and try and figure out what's wrong with it. So there are a bunch of methods that I just recently found out about within the last year or two of
you want to share it with me and the audience?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't do it this way, but this is like a good comparison. I mean, the best you can probably do is just go to a shrink. That's why, like, that's like the best
psychologist.
Yeah, I mean, that's like kind of like the best comparison. Or
the thing I get scared is because, like, what if this guy unlocks some crazy, or like
he's supposed to, or he or she's supposed to.
But let me ask you this: who does the shrink go and talk to?
What do you mean? Who do they go and talk to?
Like, they hear all this stuff from people. Don't you think their mind is like they need a release sometimes?
Yeah, but their release is in a different way. They're not trying to like release from your crap because they don't take it. They know it. I mean, they know. It's just like if you came to me and said, you know what, TJ, my girl just dumped me, man, and I just lost my job. I don't know what to do with crap. So as a friend, I'm like, you know what, it's gonna be all right. You can do X, Y, Z. You can do this, that, and the other. I think you should do this. As a friend, they kind of come in and take that in. Now, on my part, I don't take that and be like, man, Rodrigo about to kill himself. I don't freak out about that because I know, A, I know that's your situation, and B, I know that you're gonna be all right. And so you own that stuff.
Okay.
And so I think with really just like a specialist, a therapeutic specialist, to talk to someone, say, so that they're trained in stuff like that to find out that, hey, maybe when you were 5, you got your box of crayons stolen. How do you feel about that? Well, I feel really bad about that.
I do a lot of self-evaluation, and but I'm in my mind a lot.
Right, and that's okay. I mean, everyone has that thing.
Pick up.
Hello?
Hello?
Man, bro, you just kicked up.
No.
What's crazy?
No. I mean, that she called me right now.
What do you mean? Isn't she your girl?
Yeah, no, I just crazy. She just called me at this moment.
When we're talking about
it.
Hey, man. I've seen stranger things happen, my friend.
But the thing about like it benefiting you or doing it internally is that you're also your own bias.
Okay.
And so the story, you may think like, if he's like the box of crayons, like, this third grader came with me.
So a shrink gives you the other side.
No, your shrink qualifies the statement and actually gives you what really happened rather than your own personal take. Because depending on what happened, over time, the hurt builds up the story.
But what would the hurt be? You're basically saying something happened in my life that like,
a traumatic event happened. No, I mean maybe, but no, a traumatic event has happened where you find yourself. Maybe you like. I'm talking
about me personally.
Oh, you personally?
Yeah, I'm talking about me. Like, if you're gonna be a shrink, what are you gonna say?
Well, I have to like know like what the hurt was.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there was a hurt.
Well, it may not necessarily be a hurt. Well, also, what I know now, especially about relationships, especially with girls, is that usually or not even just girls, but like girls with guys or back and forth. So it's not just like a guy thing, So girls, they sleep with like a bunch of dudes or whatever the case may be. They go to a bunch of dudes trying to cover themselves up, just like I, as a guy, will try to sleep with a bunch of girls just to cover that stuff up. And it's really not won't even be related. So it could be something small as like, or your older brother like walked in on you while you were taking a shower when you were like 6. Okay. And then like, oh my god, you saw me naked, And so that kind of like finds a way to grow into this thing where like I have to like, you know, I have to like prove myself that I'm a man, so I have to go sleep with a bunch of girls.
Okay.
So it's not so much that it's not even like related like a girl hurt you, but it's like it's a traumatic event
that grows
that
over
it's
time.
a traumatic event that dictates.
Well, I
that
can tell you what my hurt was. The one time that I actually, and this is getting personal, there was one time that when I did open myself up and I tried to do a relationship with a girl, the hurt was that it ended up with me catching her cheek. Like that, I was like, okay, so I never did anything, and I was like, man, like that really left a mark on me, and I was like, I don't know, like I always think is that it, in the back of my mind, what you might be saying, like what the problem is, like maybe I'm thinking that if I try to commit and put that time and effort, it will happen again.
Exactly, and so
I do is I don't get close enough to girls where I can hurt them and do that. I just leave before anything. That's
a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, because now what hurts about stuff like that is that you deprive yourself of something that you actually need, which is like something like
companionship.
I mean, people can survive without companionship, but you need someone. All people need someone to like. To love them,
okay,
you know. And so I'm not saying that like there are people who are single and then they're just single forever and they're cool with that, but they're also that what fills that void is that they're able to like they have like either a group of people or like a good friend, something like that believes in them or like that loves them unconditionally.
Okay.
And so with a lot of but the majority of people, they want to be with another person to share their lives with and stuff like that. The problem is, and I guess in your situation, is that because that's the case, there's no way to like, if you're always pushing someone away from that, you're always at risk of hurting someone else with the same thing. So, say for instance, like you're dating a girl and you guys are like really feeling each other and it's getting to a point, you're getting to your point. Like, you know, if I go past this line, you know, it's going to be in the danger zone for me. So you back out, you know what, I can't see no more, you know, if something came up, whatever keeps me. So now, what you did to protect yourself, you just did to her. So at the same time, you're trying to like protect yourself, say, hey, you know what, you know, I just don't want to get hurt. In the same way, you just hurt her, the same way you got hurt.
Okay.
That make sense?
Yeah.
And so it wasn't protecting yourself, you're really like stabbing someone else.
Yeah,
as much as you want to convince yourself that you're doing that. And so in your mind, and this is why I say like you need, and
girls do get more attached.
Yeah, I mean it's both sides, because like when clearly I'm still with the girl from way back when, so it's not like, you know,
I mean me personally, like,
no, I mean, and that may be you. Like there's levels of relationship and there's depths of it, and so where a lot of like married couples get to, they get to that deep, you know, I can see you naked kind of stuff. That's like deep kind of relationship, and so that's usually where that kind of intimacy kicks in. But until you get to that point, a lot of people kind of stay in that, you know, we're really close, we're really cool, I'll do anything for you kind of stuff. But you never really drops into that deep, and that's where a lot of, like, people need that type of. Well, I mean, I won't say everybody, because everybody's doesn't do that, but it's like most people need that type of connection and commitment to someone else.
So what's your next step then?
Well, I'm gonna marry her.
Wow. You heard it here first.
I mean, but I've been saying this for years, so it ain't
even when you're not with her.
Yeah,
that is insane.
It's only insane if you didn't know that.
What do you mean? The
guys over here, where this college named after.
Yeah.
They had no one before they did what they did. The Wright brothers. No one knew that they could fly. That people can fly. Now, if you jumped off the cliff, yeah, you'll fall, but you won't fly. But they said something that no one else had seen before.
Okay.
They knew.
I like this comparison.
Yeah, they knew that they could fly, and so they worked on it. You know, everyone's saying they can't do it. Actually, there's a story that I heard from Simon Sinek on YouTube. Is that he makes a comparison to the Wright brothers. There's another guy, I forgot his name, and for good reason, because no one knows this dude. He had gotten some notoriety. He was like a big famous like engineer or something like that.
Okay.
And his goal was to like make a flying machine so that people can fly, stuff like that. And so he had gotten like this big budget from like a big corporation at the time, and he had like got all the newspapers to like do it, but for some reason he did months at a time and he couldn't figure it out. And so he had like a bunch of like notoriety behind them. And these dudes back, the Wright brothers, they were just regular bicycle repairmen and figured it out. Wow. And so what happened was that the other guy who was trying to figure this out, he quit the day that the Wright brothers took off.
Meaning as in like flying?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
when the Wright brothers actually like lifted off and successfully flew like their
a couple meters. Or
yeah,
a couple
they actually figured out that this sucker works. The guy quit. Like he quit his job and did something else.
Wow.
So he like wasted all that money, all those resources. He had like the best at the time.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like that's the kind of comparison between the two. Like because I knew what was going to happen, it didn't matter what anyone else was going to say, no matter how big or bad they were, because I knew at the end of the day how the story should have ended.
With you personally,
yeah,
in
this situation. Now, now that doesn't mean that
sounds a little egotistic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It sounds like
that's what I'm saying.
From
but,
you,
yeah. But I was gonna say that like it sounds like who do you think you are kind of thing. But at the same time, the Wright brothers knew what they were doing. They didn't need like it doesn't matter like how many times someone said that they couldn't do it. Everyone said that they didn't give up. And don't give up. The reason why they didn't give up because the idea made sense to them.
Okay.
And so they were able to believe in the idea that they had.
So that this girl the whole time was it.
Right. But again, like that sounds really like egocentric. Like I'm not listening to anybody else, and I'm just gonna do this. It's also dependent on what she wanted to do.
Exactly.
And so she had
because within that time that you guys were separate. I don't want to put this out there in the world, but she could have found another man.
Sure could have, and that would have been her decision. And I can't. There's nothing I can do.
But what would you have done then? Your one thought at that point would have been diminished.
Well, and that's what I was like leading to. She was never the point. That's what I was saying earlier. The girl is never the point. The guy's never the point. The point of life is never to like be with somebody. It's never the point.
That's not never the point. Your point was never to get her.
I mean, if I made that my end goal, then I can quit everything I'm doing now. Like I have nothing to look forward to.
Because you got what you want.
Yeah. But
I think that's where I go wrong.
Yeah.
Because I always set myself to like, I want that girl. Okay, so for me, the way I would judge it, I would be like, personality 1, looks 2. Because if I'd rather have a girl that I can have a conversation and grow with than a girl who's just pretty and then when we can't even have like a civil conversation.
But why do you want to have that conversation?
What do you mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like a real conversation?
Yeah. Why do you want to have that conversation?
So at the end of the day, like we can help each other out.
Do what?
To like grow.
Exactly. She was never the point. She was helping you get to the point.
Wait, hold on. I think that wow. Okay, wow. For those people that don't know what happened here, this is what just happened. Okay.
Anyway, the point was never to get the person. She's a help. He's a help. Because you have a purpose. You have something to do. For you, your thing is to get an Oscar. Whatever girl that you're gonna end up being with, if you choose to do that, you want someone.
I just don't want to hurt nobody, man.
You want someone to help you with that, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to hurt no girl out there.
I mean, okay, they don't.
I don't want to develop my time. I don't ever want to sell a girl a dream.
You don't sell a dream. You are the dream.
A lot of guys do that though. They sell dreams, they get what they want,
because
and then they walk away.
Because they don't have anything. Most salesmen usually sell stuff that they don't have.
That is true. My first job was Best Buy. And
how many times did you have to like order?
Oh no, not even that. My manager said, "Hey, you own every single thing in this store. So if anybody ever says anything, you have it."
Exactly.
Wow. My mind is still trying to like compress what you just broke. Like you just did
at 120. I have those every once in a while. Yeah.
This is crazy.
That's the mechanism of relationships, at least romantic relationships. Now there's different qualities of like friendships and parents and children,
of course, and then it breaks off to levels.
Yeah.
So now that you have this person, and your goal was never to be with her, what was your overall goal?
The overall goal was to figure out my own purpose and get to that point.
What's your I mean, if you don't mind sharing.
I'm still working.
Okay, so you're still okay. So the purpose of you
but what's cool about that is that me and her had a conversation about that kind of stuff yesterday, and she was able to like help me out with that. It's like, oh man, I need to be doing some crap,
To you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like talking to me like, man, I gotta be doing some, I gotta be doing some stuff. You'll probably like now that I'm like have a little bit more freedom because I got the car, I got my own place, I can like focus on. And that
well, yeah, now your focus has become something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you got what your mind was so focused on a year ago when I knew you, and you're like, I need a car. I need your focus. You have it. You have that basic.
Yeah, the point of like getting out my parents' house was so that I can focus on what I need to do. Because being in my parents' house, I was always in a way I was always kind of like trapped to like that to the house.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. And then everyone's like that. So and there's nothing wrong with that part, and nothing like against my parents. I mean, they did. They helped me out when I didn't have my own place. So there's nothing wrong with that part. But at the end of the day, my parents moved out of their parents' house.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So everyone moved out of their parents' house, and so I'm 26. I need to move out of my parents' house so I can do what I need to do. But now that I crossed that bridge, now I have a different set of goals I need to do. I'm on level 2. So level 2 is just figure out now, not just figure out what I need to do, but now actually build what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, I need to I'm really good at like graphic design and art and stuff like that. I might be doing videos as well. Stuff like that. Now that I'm about to like dive into like those kind of things to actually, have these kind of conversations, because I'm pretty sure like you had like your aha moment with the big explosion. I'm pretty sure there's someone else who needs that same thing.
Yeah,
but
that's
who
the
won't?
reason,
But they may not see your video, but they'll see mine or see somebody else's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean,
like I said, this video, like for me, it's like this moment right here is a stamp, not in your life, but like in my life. Like it might sound so ridiculous to somebody watching it. Like this video goes up in 2 days. Oh, yeah. Like I'm caught up. Like good. I'm doing weekly videos. Like
good, bro.
And it's like, okay, cool. Somebody might watch it Wednesday and be like, all right, whatever, cool. It's just another video. Yeah. He's still doing his whole year goal of trying to do videos. Yeah. I'm still gonna do it. I am gonna do it. And not only that, like this 5 years down the road, when you're over 30 and I'm touching 30, I'm gonna be like, yo, TJ. Like we could sit back and be like, what the hell were we had no idea of life. Like we're gonna get hit. Life is gonna hit us more. We might take a couple low blows. We might walk away after 12 runs with the W. It might put you through that, it's just life. You can't predict life, because if it did, then we wouldn't be here. So now that you have everything, the 3 essential things, now not only is she gonna help you grow, but like, so you see this young lady in your future, like you see her. Yeah,
that's the point. Wow. You don't get rid of good stuff. Would you get rid of your most valuable player?
No, of course not. Unless if there's a new one around the horizon who is coming out of college and looks promising.
That's why a lot of people mess up.
Yeah, that's when they're like, and then they get him and they're like, oh, you were a bust.
Yeah, but they already traded away.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do that.
Let me ask you: so marriage is in your horizon?
A half hour ago, I just said yeah.
Wow. I just had to confirm and make sure.
I mean,
I hope you don't change your mind, dude. I like getting moments like this when people say something and then
they do it and be like, "Hey, here's the ring."
I hope it. Yeah. I hope you're not like you back out or.
No, I'm not gonna back out.
Okay, for the future, TJ, what do you see yourself by the end of the year? So that's 6 more months.
I can say like get my own place.
Moving in with.
No. I mean, right now, just get my own place. I mean, she's gonna move in with me, or I'm moving in with her. I mean, that's also when we get married.
So that wouldn't be within the next year.
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's some more stuff I need to do.
Okay, it's only been 2 weeks. We can't. What you said, bite the bullet.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming and having this conversation. And I think it's really good. And I think
there's a lot of stuff I didn't say that I wanted to say. I think you kind of cut me off on a few of those things.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it kind of got a moment, but it's just that it's not like
you'll be back, man. It's not going to be your first and last video that I have with you, man.
No. I know. I just don't want to like leave the idea open ended. Like, well, did he really mean this? And then I didn't have a chance to like clarify. What I mean. But anyway,
before we even end it, the reason I think people like this, is because we're sharing genuine. We're not making it up. You're not making up a story. And the real is what relates with people. Right? Not everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, but it's gonna be a thing that people, like what you said, they might not see it, but those people who see it, who knows, you might have just helped some people watching this being like, oh man, like what is I shouldn't even be chasing that girl that I want, because like things like that spark ideas. And I think having open conversations like this with there's no advertisement, there's nothing behind it. It's just pure conversation.
Go Dr. Pepper.
like pure conversation, I think is what needed, and like I think this real is what people want, and
the real.
Exactly.
People want the real. They want something that they can trust in.
Exactly. And I appreciate you being honest and sharing. I opened up a little bit about me that I never thought I was going to share with these people, because I don't, this audience that I'm...
You don't know them like that?
That, and in a way, I'm leaving myself vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because let's say somebody, 6 months down the road comes and sees, yo, I saw you, I like your video, and I don't know what video that's... Hey, man, the one you're sitting with your friend in the car, like, yo... I gotta go, and I'll be like, oh, more about, like they know me, like, but at the same time, I'll embrace it, and I'll be like, you know what, that's why I make, content, and why I create it. With that, man, I don't know, that was another sidebar, I gotta close that out. So we gotta close out this whole conversation, but leave yourself with whatever you think is your goal, man, like.
Well, right now, is to get my own place.
Okay, so within the next year, your goal is...
Yeah, within about a year. What is it, man? It's like May right now.
May 2018.
No. I mean, it wouldn't be May. It would be like June, July, August. To get my own place.
Next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then by that time, I would be able to definitely get a better job. Or either get a better job or get to the point where I'm self-sufficient. Or like I work for myself.
Okay. With that being said, thank you for watching another episode. I hope this was a different kind of format. This is the first time I actually sit down and have a conversation. Like, this is the first time I do this on the channel.
Okay.
So, like, people are used to seeing me out and about. Even though this is not really action, but it's a lot of knowledge within conversation. Like, like this is a different thing for this week. So it's gonna be interesting me editing this, and I can't wait for you to see it. This will be up in 2 days. So I appreciate you watching another episode. And with that being said, you have any final words?
No, yeah, just see you guys next time.
All right. And with that, I'll see you next week.